Oh guys, Tony Lopez here, dumb fisherman, just another dumb fisherman. Hey guys, check out my new product. It's called Line Tight Spool Wraps. Spool wrap for your reels and rod straps. When those stickers come off, you got pound buttons. Tell you what pound size line it is. Pull off what you need, cut it off, done. All right guys. This is along the series of new to fishing. I'm going to tie up a couple leaders for you guys, show you how I do it. This is my catfish leader. Sometimes I fish this way down the coast, and in Hawaii this is how I always fished, and I'll show you my rig for that. These are basically the Carolina rig or the Santee rig. I don't really know the difference. So show you how I rig up my first the one I use sometimes, and then I'll rig up the one that I'm using a lot now. I'm using this bright yellow line so you can see. Nice hook. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I always snell my hooks. I always tie my hooks first. There is a way to snell it if it's already tied. 4, 5, 6. I get it nice and tight. Take the tag in, put it back through the back of the hook to the front, and there it is. Boom. Nice and tight. Pull them down. Yep. Just like that. If you're going to use a float, put my float on here if I'm catfishing. I always poke the hole all the way through. String this baby on there. Boom. Pop my clip in the back, and there's my float. Guys, check this out. If you guys are using big hooks, small float, how does that make any sense? You gotta, first of all, you gotta put that float down by your hook. If your float's way over here, your float's gonna be up here and your bait's gonna be on the bottom. If you wanna float this a little bit, make sure it's staying off the bottom, get it down there. The other thing is, if you're using a big hook like this, and a small peg float like this, I've already tested it, guys. If you don't believe me, test it yourself. Fill up a tub of water, fill up your sink. Take a little float, take a big hook, put a big piece of bait on it, and put it in the water. It sinks to the bottom. Might keep it from getting buried in the muck, but it's not gonna really do its job. I'll use this with one little piece of shad on a hook that size. When I get up to a hook like this, I'm gonna put a big piece of shad on there, half of one, half of a Shadzilla or something. I'm gonna use a much larger peg float, largest one they got. So that's how I do it. So there you go. Right now it's like that. Then I take my swivel. I just do a regular clinch knot, nothing special. And I go boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times around, and through the eyeball here. Get them wet. Cinch them down. Boom, just like that. That's how I do it. I always cut this tag line nice and short. Now I got this already set up. If I'm fishing what I think they call a Santee, I'll take my main line next. After I strung it all the way through. This lead is a no roll. Heavy side goes towards your hook, because when you cast it, you don't want these to flip over. Obviously, the heaviest side is the side that's going to fly, and you really, I can't even see in here. So you put your no roll on through this. There you go. Just like that. And then what I always do, if I'm fishing an egg sinker or a no roll, I'll just get a bead. You can buy these beads at any little craft store. Boom. My little bead. That bead is going to be a buffer for this knot. Every time that knot wants to go slamming against or that lead wants to go slamming against my knot, it's going to protect it a little bit. even make it tighter probably. So this, I do the same thing, just a normal clinch, sometimes an improved. Depends on how I'm feeling. So, of course, braid is super easy to tie a improved clinch knot. This is 65-pound Power Pro to 60-pound hook line. Always use a smaller hook line than you do your main line. If you're a bank fisherman, if you're a boat guy, I don't know what you do. So, reason why you do that is because if you get snagged up, instead of losing all this, you're gonna lose just this. This 60-pound mono Andy is gonna handle a huge fish. Huge, like my biggest is 96 pounds. So it'll work. 96-pound jack. So there it is, boom. Okay, now I stopped using this rig. I use it sometimes. The reason why I don't like using it anymore is because of the chafing it does to my Power Pro. So I'll show you what I'm doing now. This is how we fish in Hawaii. It's called a dunking rig. East Coast, they call it plunking. I don't know what they call it. I don't even know if there's a same thing. Snell my hook, hook down, do it again. I'll show you guys. This is just how I snell a hook. Hook down, go through the eye here, lay this on the back of the hook. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I snell every hook. I don't ever tie a hook with a knot. There it is. Boom. Nice and tight. Reason why, the hook position. See, it's curled in. It wants to grab a fish's mouth. Boom. That one's done. Then I use a 3-way. 1, 2, 7 times again. The reason why I don't know what name this is because in Hawaii we just call it a dunking rig. I'm not from Texas. I only started catfishing not too long ago, but I was using that rig a lot, catching a lot of fish. And then I started using this one. One, because bank sinkers are easier to make for me. I make all my own lead, and I can make 10 times as many bank sinkers as I can no rolls because they're a pain in the butt to make. So there, boom, boom. Then I'll use a 20-pound hook line or lead line. Usually I cut off like a foot or so, just like that. And I'll just make a loop, do an overhand knot, double knot. So I go once, twice. If you're wondering what that scale is doing, that was my last video. I did a little demonstration on line. And then I cut that off. Send this through here. There, it's on there just like that. On this side here, 3 or 4 or 5, 6 inches away, I'll tie another overhand double knot twice through. There, it's like that. Cut this off. Take my bank sinker, feed it right through and around. That way I can change sinkers if I want to. Boom. There it is, guys. 3-way swivel. Simple rig. Lead. This will break off if it gets snagged up. Hook. This is what I use now a lot, especially here in Texas. I'll use this at the beach, down on the coast, if I'm in the sand. And bam, just like that. All right, guys. Last tip. Boom, right there. $3, guys. Guys lose fish because it's angler error. These hooks don't fail that often. You fail. Sharpen the doggone thing. $3. Watch. This thing can be as dull as can be. All you gotta do, spend a couple seconds on it. Just like that. Oh, stab myself. Sucker's sharp now. Carry this in my tackle box every time I rig up a bunch of rigs for a tournament or something. I'll rig them all, sharpen them all. Then I throw this back in my tackle box and I go back out and I use them when I'm out there. If my hook's not making it through the bait very easily, I sharpen my hook. If it can't make it through the bait and you're fighting with it, how do you expect it's gonna make it through a fish's mouth? Stop losing fish, guys. Come on. Let's use our brains here. That's it, like $3. There's different kinds. You can buy whatever kind you want. Nice, very, very sharp. Aloha, guys. Thanks for watching. Give me a like and a share. Have any questions? Want me to talk about something? Want me to test something? I'll do it. Check out my product line type. All right, guys. Aloha.